The Valentine event is sucking the Robux out of you. Welcome back to the Funky Creatures Sonaria's news anchor with your funky frown. Like many other events, Creatures of Sonaria does these sneaky little tactics where they try to squeeze out as much Robux as they can from you. How? Let me show you. Right, so there are these roses shop. And at these roses shop, it's quite fair compared to the mush, but it's not really good because if you go to the roses event store, like the Valentine event store, you're gonna have to spend at least 250 Robux if you cannot grind. There's not much of a problem with that as it is, but there's a bigger problem, right? There's the buggers I hate. These little buggers, the boost. These boosts are there to nudge the players to use them or to spend eternity trying to like grind their lazy ass game. They know there are people simply too tired or just too occupied to do any of their boring quests. Like, I mean, seriously. We've been doing the same old mechanic since last year and maybe even more. Like, this stop when the thing touches the circle has been happening over and over again and delivering things back and forth. Like, get up, Sonaria. Do something actually entertaining for your community. But, aside from that, the bigger, well, I've already said a bigger problem, but this is the actual problem, right? We got the Chinese lion themed species. And this creature is a timed species and it has absurd missions. Like, okay, it's so absurd. It's like Creatures of Sonaria is just twisting your risk for you to use those mission unlock tokens. All of that for a weak species that you know damn well that you're not gonna use after a week or two. Like, come on, look at these Nest 100 players. Seriously, just go up to your players and just tell them to donate you at this point. Like, look, I understand you need Robux, right? You need to pay your people. We can't all be blind and act ignorant like they're not a business or anything. They are. They need their payrolls. They need their salaries and all that. That's fine. But what bothers me is that they're using the FMO. If you don't know, it's the feeling of missing out tactic and some other cheeky ways to like make their players, which is dominated by kids, to spend Robux through these little means. Doesn't it sound somewhat scummy to make something incredibly hard to do so you have to resort to using cash? Like, I've heard of many times by people from both the staff and the community. They say don't buy it then. Like, yeah, like just grind for it or don't play the game, blah blah blah. Like, they say these things to us and it's so annoying to hear. Like, oh, if you don't want to grind, then buy it. If you if you don't want to use your Robux, and grind it. Like, I've heard that a lot of times, right? So let me just, before I go there, let me just make this straight, right? First off, this game has a lot of memories for many of us who has and most are still supporting this game. So we can't just willy-nilly not play the game anymore just because we dislike it. We're kind of addicted to it in a somewhat love-hate relationship. We're also somewhat a little bit like obsessed with it, right? And that's why we complain and criticize it a lot, because we value and find it something worth our time. We get called hateful a lot, and this is, but they don't understand that this is just love speaking through an angry voice, right? Like, some of us here in most of our side, we don't have the time, we don't have like the effort to catch up, and Sonaria is just basically nudging us to like, hey, you better do it or you're gonna miss it, type of thing, right? So this makes many older players just fall off. They lose interest and we feel abandoned and left by Sonaria as they keep on harvesting newer players. Second off, stop being so tunnel visioned, right? To these fucking people that call us hateful and that we just complain, right? Listen. If you're those type of people, stop being so tunnel visioned. We have done as equally a lot as you have, you fucking bootlickers. I don't think I don't think I want to go on too much with this rant because I might want to make a video dedicated to this in the future. But overall, the game is just making you have to use Robux. And that's what I don't like about it. It's you have to use Robux or you're gonna have to waste your life grinding on it, which is just unfair. It's cheeky. But yeah, whether you want to use your Robux or not, it's up to you. If you're not gonna use it, good luck grinding for it, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video and comment down your thoughts. I'm Frown, so yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.